We were just talking to DeMar about the emphasis now on not hunting hands, sort of like the Harden DeRozan rule. Can you teach him the change?
Yes, you can. I mean, DeMar is such a smart player, Doug. He will adapt. You know what happened, and it happened today in our scrimmages. You know, you get so competitive. Your competitive instincts, not just him, everybody. You know, our drive, kick, swing philosophy. Everybody was driving, and it was kicking, but you know, everybody caught it was trying to drive it. So, getting that rhythm is going to take time. You know, and it's a fine line of taking away that competitive spirit, that competitive juices. But I see it. We're much improved from last year as far as ball movement and passing the ball, trying to make plays off with the pass and beating the team with the pass. But there's moments where you kind of, and it's not ISO, but it's more attacking attacking the paint, which you want as a trigger to get your offensive flow going, but I thought we did a little bit to attack the paint a little bit too much today, and we got to continue to be ready to kick it out.
With DeMar, though, that's one of his signature moves to get to the free throw line, and if officials take that away from him, does it limit his effectiveness?
Well, again, there's different ways, you know, and like I told DeMar the other day, he may average a few less points and more assists, and it helps the team. It's more of a big picture thing, more so than DeMar, and he wants to win more than anyone. So he may average 4 less points, 5 less points, and 3 more assists, and our offense is going to be better served. And I think that's the mentality he has, and that's what we want him to have. And it's not a battle with him. He's trying to do, you know, play within the the new system we have. And again, we're not going to look like the Boston Celtics of old overnight.
Dwane, how much is this team still learning Serge, his role, where he likes to be, especially Jonas, the two of them playing together and positioning-wise?
No, Serge is playing well. I mean, he's shooting the ball well. He's playing off of Jonas. Jonas is moving really well, passing the basketball, making good decisions. And you know, I think Jonas he did a good job today in the scrimmages as far as attacking the offensive boards, which to me he's one of the best in the league. Is a great role for him, a great way for him to have a go-to play, go to the offensive boards, and he's done that. But Serge is really picking up things that you can tell. It's much easier for him now in training camp to get the basics, to start on the ground floor of everything, whether it's side out of bounds, special situation plays, you know, then coming in mid-season and trying to go through it from scratch. So it's going to be a huge help for him. But you know, Serge is in great condition, and but he and you can see he and Jonas having a thing going with each other.
Do you think Jonas took some of the chatter and the criticism over the last, I don't know, 8-12 months as a bit of a challenge this summer?
Yeah, I don't know. I know he's coming in great shape. He's very receptive to coaching. He's done a good job. So I don't know if he's heard or what he's not heard. We haven't talked about that, but you know, he's had 2 really feisty days of camp, which, you know, you like from Jonas.
He was just saying to me that he looks at a guy like Marc Gasol and says, that's what I'd like to be in terms of the activity on the defensive end, but even offensively, how Gasol's become a shooter and a guy who can stretch it out.
And Jonas is, the key is make sure he gets the shots in our shot spectrum. I think the days of the multiple post-ups for any player in the league are kind of, the new trend is spacing the floor and shooting the ball and rolling to the basket and making plays. So I think, you know, he has the skill set to do it. He has great hands. He's one of our better free throw shooters. In the three-point shooting drill yesterday, he did as well in it with multiple players running at him as anybody. So his adaptation to what we're trying to do is right there. And again, I don't see anybody revolting or anything like that. And again, DeMar is being asked, you know, again, he's starting some of the plays with the basketball, with Kyle being spaced out. So, and then again, his instinct says, okay, if I see a gap, I'm going to take it. I don't think it's anti-moving the ball. He's taking what the game gives him, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as he understands, which he does, that once he gets two bodies in front of him ready to make a play from there. And DeMar is from the first day we've gotten here, he's tenfold improved with his passing and his point guard play.
You've got Andy Rounds in camp. There are a few spots kind of at the end of the roster.
Right.
What does a guy like him offer?
Michael, the thing that Andy can do, he is a stone cold shooter, and that's something where the game is going to, and as many natural three-point shooters you can get, the better. You know, to have an opportunity to make the team, and that's one thing Andy brings to the table, as does Cal. Those guys they wake up out of the bed falling to the three-point line, and it's not like it's some guys have to work on it 24/7 to become that, and those guys, I don't know if it's genetic. Don't tell Leo I said that, but I don't know if it's genetic or what. But he's a pure shooter.
In this league, how do you make that decision? You got a couple of young guys who are really excellent athletes, and you got a couple of younger guys who are excellent shooters. How do you make that call between what the team needs?
It's what you need. I think the shooting aspect is huge. You still need athletes. You still need length and that type of thing. So I think, the best man wins in those situations. And, it's hard to say right now. It's one of those things right now that we just had, one day at camp, and there's no leader, no guy. But those decisions will be made in due time. And, again, the great thing with our situations, we do have the D-League. We have the 905 team. If they don't make it here, that we have a situation that, the guys can go there and play.
Dwane, your thoughts on Kyle Lynch? 2 days.
He's shooting the ball. Again, he's like Andy. He rolls out of the bed to the three-point line, and he's a threat. And that's something that you can work on your game, but some guys are just born shooters, and that's what Kyle is. He's a born shooter. I put him right there with Andy and Kyle Lowry, and even Bruno's a stone-cold shooter. He's another one of those guys that, he's a standstill, knockdown shooter. And those guys are hard to find.